All right, let's move on to the next one, which is more of a challenge. This is going to be an interesting one. So there's on the next slide, there is a snippet of code from one of my projects. The job is to figure out what are some libraries that you would find in the package JSON of this project. There we go. I'm going to make this.
React DOM.
Do we just shout them out or do we go in?
You can, yeah.
Tailwind. Is that Tan Stack? Or React Query? React Router.
Wait, API event. What is that?
Oh, Lodash for the group by.
No, that's Remeta.
Oh God.
What is Remeta? I've never heard of that.
Is class names
Unless you meant Ramda.
No, I meant
class names and
Remeta.
class names?
Am I the only one that uses Remeta? Wow. I think.
Yes.
Is that
TRPC at the top?
It could be TRPC. It could be React Query.
I know, it's React Query.
I haven't used React Query in the last like 3 years. Event.time.format. Now that could be like Luxon or Moments.
Wait, I didn't even
could
see
be
that.
like the name one.
Event.time.format.
The last not purple one.
Oh, I see. Well, hang on. The data is coming serialized.
If there are
If
some
query hits
mistakes
an
like
API,
that,
it's coming back serialized as something.
there
What
are
is
some
that thing?
things that I changed or slightly
Here's a song?
edited to not just give away the answer. And also there might be some missing variables that you'll see here just so that I could keep this piece of code short.
So this is like some ChatGPT code. It looks good, but there's problems.
Yes.
You could say that, yeah. Except that it was actually written by a human, so you cannot blame an AI for how terrible it is.
I'll blame you. Okay, my final answer is TRPC, Lodash, class names, Tailwind, React Router.
You forgot React and React DOM.
Oh my
React
god.
and React DOM. I should have mentioned that excluding React and React DOM.
No, I think I actually got coconuts for those. I like that. That's a good point.
All right, Dax, Kathleen, anything that we missed or
Actually,
anything
I-
that Josh
Could
missed?
just be solid.js for all we know.
I am in the happy land of design system components. So when I'm seeing all this stuff, my eyes are bleeding.
What if edit outlined is like a chocolate UI component or something?
Well,
Would that make you happy?
One, I'm a fan of post CSS. I am a fan of like using CSS as like nature intended it.
Oh no. Oh no, we're getting into this already.
We're not
Are you seeing a router.push inside a button on click, and is that triggering any?
That's the best way to redirect stuff.
Why?
Are you intentionally hurting us?
Hybrid
Specifically, Kathleen?
What?
This is an
Alright.
accessibility issue, yeah?
What?
It is? Maybe.
Well, is it an accessibility issue? The fact that the button causes a navigation, but is a button, not a...
It's
You
a
know,
button
hey.
link. Like a button doesn't like shouldn't.
Mhm.
Like, what is the
Yes.
purpose of router.push/edit? Like, does that cause a state change, or does it
Well,
also additionally
buttons-
cause like a...
button-
Depends
yeah.
on what router it is. And I don't think I've heard the correct guess so far.
No, the issue here is the button should actually be a div.
Yes.
Of course.
And did you put outline none in your Tailwind properties? This is my new strategy for winning. If we just make Kathleen so miserable that Kathleen has to drop out, then less competition for me.
My hair is turning grayer.
Let's
By
just give
this
everyone one
conversation.
coconut for this.
Yeah, so there are a couple of them that I guess we'll just go on to the next part. So here's the full list, excluding React and React DOM. So you go at TRPC.
Lodash.
Mhm.
Day.js. What the heck is Day.js?
All right.
Day.js. Does that like serialize a date? Okay, here's my question. That query is getting a date over the wire, I'm assuming. How are you calling
Yes.
format on it? Does Day.js let you do that? It serializes it?
No, in the actual code, it is we are passing event.time into the day.js function and then calling .format. But I thought that a snippet that says day.js and calls that function would probably not make for the best question of recognize the libraries.
You're right. This question was really good otherwise.
I have a question. I thought TRPC like wraps around and includes some stuff around TanStack query. Did you explicitly include TanStack query?
Yes.
Well, you have
so
to include it as a
TRPC.
dependency. It's a peer depth, right?
So TRPC by default, it just gives you a native HTTP client. The TanStack query one, or the version that we are specifically using in this snippet, is a separate package that TRPC also provides that wraps around TanStack query. But you don't have to use it with TanStack query. It's not tied to it, or it's not tied to React.
Got it.
So it leaves that layer like open to implementation. I have one implementation that works with RxJS, which I used for a while, then I ripped out because I realized using RxJS with React is just not a good idea.
That's double React right there.
Yeah.
Too observable for me.
And you got Tailwind CSS, you got class names, day.js, and the router is Next.js. That was not React router. That one is a difficult one. I don't expect anyone to really recognize that. All right, should we move on to the next one? Any thoughts so far?
Using RxJS with anything is not a good idea. Ooh.
Wow, what a spice.
Hot take, man. Hot take.
I'm curious,
so
why day.js over Luxon? I've never done this investigation.
It's just the one that I'm familiar with.
I use Luxon as well, so can we take a coconut away from dev?
Do it. That was an evil snippet. That's good to know. That's what my teammates will be looking at for a while.
I was wondering, I was going to say Next.js, like, but what hints here that it's Next.js?
The router.push. React router does not do router dot anymore. You use a hook that gives you a navigate function and you directly call it. And I believe Remix might have something similar because it's probably just built on top of React router.